I go towards the east entrance, or rather exit, of the park. And then we start climbing now. As we exit Grand Canyon, we're entering Navajo Nation. Navajo Reservation is the biggest Native American reservation.
Just packing up this morning at Red Feather Lodge in Grand Canyon. We opted not to do the helicopter ride this morning because it was the same one as Route 66 and it gave the opportunity for a couple of others to go instead. So we've just been catching up with a few bits this morning. Room is a little bit of a mess again, which is quite typical for us. But spacious room, 2 beds, so plenty of room for helmets and charging and stuff, and they have a nice little desk here, so it's been great for Mr. J to do some uploading and editing work. Bathroom with a bath and shower, so you can have a soak after a long day on the bike. So yeah, we're going to be meeting up with the others in a bit when they get back from the helicopter ride. So we're probably just going to go out and grab a Starbucks because there's one just up the road. And we'll catch in with you later. But today we are heading to Monument Valley, and we've got a really special thing tonight, going down into the valley to see some of the native Indians, Native American Indians, and how they live with no electric, water, etc.
And they're cooking us a meal.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be an interesting ride today, so hopefully Stefano will be doing a briefing with us, if he hasn't already done one with the other guys, to find out what we're doing today. But I think it's a shorter day today.
180 miles.
So we should be, 180 miles, and should be at the hotel at a reasonable time
and
too.
And when we stop at the hotel, we've then got 25 each way.
Yeah, so it's 25 miles from the hotel, Cayena something, to the Monument Valley. So, yeah, so it's been doing a nice sunny day today. Got a bit of hail yesterday.
Yeah,
Stefano got one in the nipple, which he said was quite painful.
I got one on the lip.
Yeah, Neil.
I'll take the lip over the nipple.
You and Neil got one in the lip.
Hey.
And yeah, so that was good fun. But yeah, we'll check in with you later. So we had our briefing this morning. We're having our briefing this morning, but we had a photo. Sorry, not feeling it. On this rock.
The river. You get way out there. You can see the river.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
At the Grand Canyon. Oh, look at the birds. Flying. Wow.
Oh, look at him looking for breakfast.
I want to come back as a bird.
Wouldn't that be cool? I'd love to be able to fly.
They basically jump off of a cliff in what looks like an oversized sleeping bag.
Yeah, it's a wingsuit, and they have these 2 dudes. They've got the whole and they're flying down, but they've come from a plane up higher, and they've got the other plane with the door wide open, just one of those small planes, and the dudes just come in sideways and go straight into the plane.
Yeah. So they land inside the plane.
Inside the plane. As they know they're about to enter, they kind of roll into the ball.
Yeah, and just hit the wall at the other side or whatever.
Because they close off the wingsuit.
No, my luck, they'll open the door the other side.
Anyone want to give Stefano a hand?
No, we don't want to get. I can't believe you just climbed up from the bottom.
You get in the canyon? Is that the canyon big enough? Is in the picture? Yeah, want me to go back?
Yeah, go back. Do it again.
Don't forget your hat.
Got the beanie on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be in movies.
Spider-Man.
Wow, look, it's Steph.
Yeah.
We got it. For you, when you do
The briefing?
Yeah. You won't get that.
It's in the side.
Let him stand in the shade for a bit. Come on. He's been climbing. He's been climbing up the whole canyon this morning.
So we started on a pretty sweet, spiritual way, flying the helicopter over the Grand Canyon. So you guys enjoy that?
Very much.
So,
Experience second to
man,
none.
I'm out of shape. Can't do this thing.
You just climbed 26,000 feet.
I did, I forgot, sorry. Yeah. So you guys, from here we continue. We're gonna go towards the east entrance, or rather exit, of the park. And then we start climbing now as we exit Grand Canyon. So, pretty special day.
Yeah, perfect.
You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
That's good.
Let's do it. We're entering Navajo Nation, Navajo Reservation. It's the biggest Native American reservation. It comprises of 4 states: Arizona, Utah, New Mexico, and Colorado. It's about 300,000 people, part of the Navajo Nation. And as we go in there, you're gonna see a complete landscape change, really, really beautiful. But also you're gonna see how some of the Navajo live pretty roughly. A lot of them, no running water, no electricity. You get to see that. But also some communities where the housing is provided by the government. Kind of like a cookie cutter type of home situation. You know, some of them like that. Some of them want to be with the land. They don't mind the no running water, no electricity. There are some markets, like Indian markets, going out from into the reservation. I usually stop there. I like to stop there, take you guys there in case you wanna, buy a set of earrings, a necklace. That actually helps supporting the economy. A lot of them live with making jewelries. So instead of buying that at a trading post where you're paying the middleman, you can just buy directly from them in these small markets. So make a stop there.
Stop at the other side of the Grand Canyon National Park, but the views are still pretty spectacular. We've stopped at this little Indian place where they sell jewellery and bits and pieces, so we'll have a bit of a look.
We continue, go to Tuba City, fill up the bikes, take a break, freshen up a little bit, stretch your legs, and then we continue towards Kayenta, perhaps maybe making another stop for cooling off. It's gonna get pretty warm down there. Kayenta is gonna be like yesterday. So we get to the hotel, get the room keys, check in, leave the luggage, and then take maybe like an hour rest.
It's competition time, courtesy of Eagle Rider Tours. And we have some incredible prizes up for grabs, including merchandise, club memberships, and an incredible grand prize of an Eagle Rider Tour. And it couldn't be easier to enter. Simply post a picture or video to Instagram using the hashtags M&TM on tour and Eagle Rider, and with prizes being awarded both weekly and monthly. There's plenty of chances to win, so what are you waiting for? Get posting today and be in with the chance of winning your trip of a lifetime.
We are now in Kayenta before we head into Monument Valley. So we've just rocked up to this motel called the Kayenta Monument Valley Inn. We get the advantage of parking directly outside our motel. So let's go in and take a look. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. I don't think there's any sign of blood, so that's good. Don't think anyone's been killed in here, so that's good. Yeah, it's alright. Bath, shower, Kazi, sink, a wife to get in.
Let me in. Me too.
Don't look at the pillars. They look a bit mank. It's alright.
Is there air conditioning?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, they might, yeah, up there. Look. System on. There we go. I'll put it on about 68 high. Although
Right, you've literally got half an hour.
doesn't do anything.
Shower.
Right, let's get ready.
And then we get back on the bikes and we'll ride beautiful 27 miles ride to Monument Valley Tribal Park. Get in, leave the motorcycles, they'll pick us up on those outdoor vehicles, and then they'll take us down the valley for the 2-hour tour. It's really beautiful. We'll probably make two or three scenic stops to take photos, and then we'll have our Navajo taco under one of those beautiful red mountains, sacred mountains for them. And then once you're done, we come back, get back on the bikes, and ride back when the sun sets.
Welcome to Utah.
It's gonna get wet. Doesn't know anything. Go ahead, find a seat.
You're sitting in the back, are you?
You want us to drive?
A few things about the rock formations, like you know, the name of the mountains and so on. But definitely, once we stop, I encourage you to to ask questions if you have something you want to find out about the way the Navajo live, the culture. And then dinner is supposed to be around 6 o'clock.
Can we start by knowing what they are in front? Those little mounds.
Those are called the Hoogans. Yeah.
They've got vents in them.
One is for the female and one is for the male. They do their ceremonies in there. They do like sweat lodges in there.
Really?
Yeah. See, they got a little vent, so they get in there.
Oh, do you remember they did that
And
on
they make a hole in the ground. They make a fire with volcanic rocks.
So it's like a
for
sauna.
hours and hours and hours, like a sauna. They go in there, but the original way to do it is eventually the medicine man will be in there with a drum, beating the drum, singing, and then throwing water and like sage and other types of herbs. Quase chiamano
God, they're bigger than they look from up there.
Yeah. So you're going clockwise.
Oh my God, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And this was
Go
for
in clockwise,
Home.
guys. Okay.
home.
That's their tradition.
Well, people lived in
I'm
here.
looking to move actually. This would be a whole lot easier in a big house. Just got a little run of water.
Hey,
and good.
cooler.
Oh, I know.
Clockwise.
Clockwise.
Stays the same temperature probably. Well, it's got the vent there.
Well, actually, you think it's going to be hot, all you do is wet the ground.
Well, it cools it down.
And then it cools down, open the door, it gets very cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would this have been like? You put coal in here to make?
Firewood.
Okay.
And of course, if you like coal, yeah, you can put burn coal.
Yeah.
But if it's on the ground like that, it's actually way better.
Right.
Because the heat dissipates into the earth.
Right.
And of course, like back in the old days, you know, I grew up in a whole gun, so I slept on sheepskin.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, that's way better than being on a bed.
Yeah, I bet.
how many layers?
Just one blanket. Because this is going. Okay, these logs are basically juniper.
Okay.
Juniper logs. And these are hauled in from 60 to 70 miles from here. And once we get them down here, the first thing we do is we peel the barks.
Yeah.
It's not thrown away. After we have all the logs notched and fitted on the outside, we put the barks back on. It's like insulation. So nothing is wasted.
Yeah.
The bark.
On the
Yeah.
outside.
And then the dirt on top.
Yeah.
And of course, the first time when we're building our hogan, we make sure our entrance is facing east, as to receive the morning sun. It's also for praying purposes.
Yeah.
And we believe that's where life begins. So our entrance are always towards the east. This ventilation hole that's always kept open. The reason we keep it open is that we say that the sun's our father and the earth is our mother, and they should never be apart. Sunlight coming through here is our sundial. And
What happens if it rains?
Oh, we just let go because sometimes they have a drift box up there. Depending on which way the breeze is on, only a small portion will get wet.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't flood.
Doesn't flood.
It's
And of
interesting.
course, there are 9 posts that holds these layered logs up. The 9 posts represent 9 months of pregnancy in a woman, so we call it a female hogan.
What do they represent, Richie? I'm sorry.
Huh?
What do
The
they
9 months
represent?
of pregnancy of a
The
woman.
9 months
Yeah.
rappresentano le 9 mesi della
So how many people would live in this?
Well, basically, a family of 5, 8. But of course, this is more like our sleeping quarters.
Okay.
Because back in the old days, we didn't carry a lot of stuff. That's
Right.
way better. I mean, growing up down in the valley, my toys were sticks and stones and imagination.
Yeah.
Better off.
Not iPads and Xboxes.
Simple life.
Now these guys not clear. I want my Xbox.
Yeah.
I want my
I've never even
PS5.
seen one.
Well, I was quite lucky because I grew up on the coast and we used to spend a lot of time amusing ourselves, making little boats and
Yeah.
sailing them across the
Sure.
bay and making things ourselves, so it was good.
And of course, the way to look at this hogan is that consider this a woman lying on her back when she's pregnant. You're inside her womb. We always believe a kid is born in one direction.
Right.
There you go.
And what was the resemblance of clockwise?
That's to show respect to the person that owns the hogan. We also believe it's for good luck.
Okay. Nice.
So once you first enter the hogan, that's how you do it. And the second time you can just go in anyways.
Right,
Only the
okay.
first time when you enter the hogan. So these hogans, our parents, our mothers, they wanted a bigger hogan. See, the first hogans our people used was the other one, which is known as a male hogan, that one that's pointed to the top. That's on the other side.
Right. I can't believe how big it is inside.
She wants to move. They don't want a hogan. You want to look at the male? Over here.
We're just being given birth. Ah, yeah, look. The little semi.
Morning, Moody.
And it's the same principle clockwise.
Motorbike in.
Big enough to get a motorbike in.
I still can't believe it doesn't flood if it's a volume of water coming down there.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
smaller.
but you're only looking at that.
They'll be behind there.
It's not like it's all funneling in from somewhere, is it?
Go ahead, check it out.
Clockwise again?
Yeah.
Watch your head.
So we're inside a man's sack right now, yeah?
Different structure here.
Yeah.
I love this wood.
Yeah.
I could live, you know, if you put a little sink and a toilet and...
Oh my god, it's so smooth as well.
Well, ours is mother.
I think I'm going underground actually. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Because there's constant temperature.
And a freeview
I'm
box.
surprised more people in the desert don't go underground.
And of course, one of the things about these hogans, there's only 1, 2, 3 logs that you really need to care about. The rest you can discard.
So that's all the structure.
Yeah, see this thing that's holding, this 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 are holding everything together.
Okay, right.
So those are the main logs that you need to keep. The rest you can actually just get some and just make it look like
Right.
a lean-to.
Yeah.
Wood has no odor.
Oh. Nijone? You can say Nijone?
Nijone?
Yeah. That's a slang for saying pretty or beautiful. Yeah, Nijone. Yeah. And of course also like today, like in these male hogan, one of the main things some people do inside is like conduct ceremonies in these hogan. But of course they can also do that with female hogan.
And what type of ceremony?
Basically traditional. I forgot about that. I was thinking about that on the way back, on the way out this way. This is how, if I meet a Navajo for the first time, I will introduce myself with my clan. Yes, I will say, Yat-eh. Yat-eh is hello. Say Richard, so Richard is my surname. However, after that, I introduce myself with my clan. Say bet-ahin slon, Torich-eh-ni, Bashis-chin, Ketlet-chi-ni, Dasha-che, Dasha-nala, but the Nen-shlino Sebin, Jiske, Lema-e, Tordish-yaho-up. That is a proper way for me to greet a person, my people, for the first time. The reason I do that is to find out about kinship, whether I'm related to that person or not.
Feeling better?
I know it's gone really light.
It's like greeny white.
Greeny white?
It's got like a really light green colour.
So what I said is that after my English name, I say Betani. English translation is folded arm. That's my mother's clan. That's how I identify by myself first. My second clan is my father's clan, which is Putichini, bitter water. And then of course after that I introduced myself with my grandparents' clan, which is Kitachitni, the Red House clan. Rather than using the word Navajo, I use the word Dene. Dene is another term that we use for ourselves, saying the people. Means I actually grew up inside Monument Valley in an area known as Coyote Spring on the other side. That's where I actually grew up. I went to the boarding school in Kayenta. That was way back then. Of course, most of our people at that time, boarding school was an ideal thing. And of course, because all the people were struggling, our parents were struggling, so boarding school was an ideal thing. But of course, the older generation, they had it tougher than we had because they were told never to speak our native tongue. If they spoke a word of Navajo, they had a link soap put in their mouth to wash out the Navajo.
I wonder if the Insta is going to actually show the severity of this drop.
It's going nuts.
Oh no.
No! Oh my God, Joanna!
Right, do a handstand. We took pictures of her.
Well, it's scary for people nowadays.
No, perché ce l'ho, no, non lo tiro fuori la mia, prima che mi cade.
Yeah.
We should go up there, sir.
No, we shouldn't.
There's room for more. It's not even hot. I'm surprised.
It's not the heat
This
I'm worried
side's
about,
really
it's the
cool.
height.
This side's warm. So cool.
It's a bit peaceful.
It is.
It is peaceful.
Do you know what those yellow flowers are?
Princess Blooms.
Princess blooms?
Non ce l'ha lì.
No, là c'è l'erba blu. Lì l'acqua di chi è? Forse la sua.
Trash. Yeah, there's trash everywhere.
trash.
Way of playing it, it's just how a person feels. But of course, just like all of us, if we buy something new, and the only thing, like for instance, a flute here, the only thing we know is that we got to blow in and cover the hole. So we usually go like this the first time. And we played. And of course, we want to make like long stops, short stops, repeat stops, going up the scale again with the same type of breath. This is how it sounds.
Wow.
Cool, isn't it? But the secret into playing a Native American flute is controlling your breath and your vibrato. And it can really make a big difference. Going up the scale again, controlling my breath, you'll see it has it makes a lot of difference. So that's basically how you play a Native American flute. The piece I normally play is a piece by R. Carlos Nakai, and R. Carlos Nakai is one of the main person that really kept the Native American flute music alive. This is from his album Changes. The title of his piece is December Snow. Here we go.
Nice. You're making a Hogan?
I wish. But look at this. Later they claim that the sun came close to the earth and baked everything. Of course, later on, the wind starts to eat. And there's your erosion. Lo and behold.
Cool. That's what we're looking at right now.
Then of course, you know, like rocks freezes, and then later on it slowly chips away.
Is it right there?
Like a miniature Mexican hat.
Yeah. And of course, if you look closely at the bottom, you can see there's little air pockets. That explains everything?
Yep.
Cool.
We should have that nice little swamp.
Don't let me forget my. However, in World War II, the military came to our people and they asked our people that they wanted to try to use the Navajo language as a code. So they recruited 30 Navajo young men to come up with codes. And then they practiced it, found that it was easy, so then they recruited more Navajo young men to become code talkers. So the Navajo language being used as a code was never broken, and honestly the code itself was a code within a code. Even a regular Navajo infantryman won't break the code. So the Japanese couldn't break the code.
Where did they
get their
food source out here?
Back then, we had some of the plants that's edible. We also did farm down here. We did farm down here, and mainly on the on the north face of a rock, because it has more moisture. Moisture stays there, and then of course we do more like a I forgot that word, but it's more like desert farming where we push the seed further in, and then we.
Livestock?
Huh?
Livestock?
Oh, they're all over. We have cows, horses, sheep, and goats. And one thing about livestock that makes it so interesting for our reservation. See, basically, back in 1868, when our people signed a treaty with the American government, before our people came back from Bospredendo, our people were given 2 head of livestock, male and female. Some of the people, they wanted to butcher it. But our famous leader, our wise leader, Manuelito, was the one that said, don't kill your livestock. Take care of them, it will grow. So of course, to our people back then, livestock was more important than money. The more head of livestock you had, the richer you were. And also because of that livestock being so many, in the 1930s, the American government came out here and did what they called a reduction of livestock. Our people were told we were overgrazing the area. So yes, some of our people came up and said, hey, take some of our livestock. However, the government felt that we still had too many livestock, that they came around again. This is the stories of elders that they said there were 2 waves. They say in the second wave, our people got smarter too. What they did was they hide the young and healthy livestock, gave up the old and unhealthy, but there's not a lot of those. So hiding them was the best thing. Sadly, they say, when the government finds out about it, slaughters the livestock, they say. And one thing about the livestock, and thinking about the Navajo reservation, back then they believed that only 500,000 of livestock would survive. And it's true, we were overgrazing the area because our people went to as far as 2 million. 2 million head of livestock.
Hang on, not yet.
Just be silent. No talking. 20 seconds. Yahoo! Wow. Those were my brothers out there.
Can we do it?
That's my brother.
Can we do a yeehaw?
Today to the Monument Valley to Bryce Canyon. Amazing day. Very hard to describe how beautiful today is. The scenery will change every 30-40 miles. Just unbelievable. And then the 12, you have Fry Canyon, you have Glen Canyon, we're crossing the Colorado River. You have Capitol Reef National Park. And then we go up to Bryce Canyon. I mean, everything, the whole day, it's just amazing.